One night only, free admission to hear Rabbi Jeremy Gimpel in person, former Knesset member, Deputy Director of the World Mizrahi Religious Zionist Movement, columnist for the Jerusalem Post, and host of The Voice of Israel, featured on Fox News, CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera. Don't miss this historic event to hear Rabbi Jeremy Gimpel in person, Sunday, July 5th, at the Civic Center located on 800 1st Street, Alamogordo, New Mexico. Doors open at 2:30 p.m.
So the Jewish Home Party is defined as the religious Zionist party. Right now, I am number 13 in the Jewish Home Party. My party got 12 seats. So I did not run for the parliament this time around. I ran last time around. Who is to inherit Abraham? How do I be a part of Abraham's covenant? What does it mean to be grafted in? What is that? You are grafted into the covenant of Abraham. It's evident in your own beliefs. You're a part of our family. Village. And then right above the Arab village, that big red roofed town, is the largest ultra-Orthodox Jewish community in Gush Etzion, in this area in Judea. Now see, the ultra-Orthodox, they keep the Torah the same that I do, but what they've maintained is the exterior traditions of the Judaism before the Holocaust. And the ideological difference between this community and that community is that when they think of the golden era, they're like, oh, if we could only go back to Europe before the Holocaust, when the rabbis were alive and Judaism was flourishing in Europe. So they sort of like, we want to maintain that time. So we're going to dress the way they dressed. We'll wear big furry hats, even though they're not living in Poland in the winter. They're in the Middle East now. But they when they think of the golden era, they think of Judaism before the Holocaust. And when we think about the golden era, we think about King David. And I'm like, what would King David look like? He wouldn't be wearing a big strong. But as far as their life and observances and their faith, they would pray in our synagogues, we would pray in their synagogues. So it's a little bit like a cultural difference. We're like, how do we want to look? How do we want to express ourselves in the day? But as far as, theology, lifestyle, it's really very much the same. This is the first center to be established as a center of study, of prayer for Jews and the righteous among the nations in the land of Israel.
Hallelujah.
There is no such thing like this yet. And so those side buildings, that's going to be small little hotel rooms or little apartments for small families that they can come. Instead of staying at a hotel, you feel like a tourist when you're at a hotel. You come here and you live in your own little apartment on the land. And you wake up and there'll be prayer services here in the morning and then a morning class. And then we'll go out and work in the fields. We'll be eating together, working together, learning together, praying together, living together. And so there'll be differences. Of course there'll be differences. You get 10 Jews in a room, there's already 40 opinions. Add a bunch of non-Jews into the room, now there'll be 100 opinions. But what we have shifted away from in our belief, how do we build up what we call Mashiach's team? Now we may even have a dispute on who Mashiach is because the Jews don't really know yet. We're like waiting for him to appear. And that'll be the big question when he comes. Is this your first time or is this your second time, right? But you know what? If he's smart, he won't ever answer.
Right. Why?
And maybe, why does one of us have to be wrong and one of us have to be right?
Exactly.
Maybe God's ways are beyond our ways.
Right.
Maybe his thoughts are beyond our thoughts.
Right.
And as we're trying to convince each other on the issue that divides us, let's put that aside for just a minute. And now let's leave theology alone.
That's right.
The Messianic movement has an ideology. What's an ideology? It's not a theology. It's what we believe in. It's what we work towards. It's what we want to train our children towards. And the language that we've come up with is biblical Zionism. What is biblical Zionism? Well, we believe in the God of Israel. We believe that the land of Israel was given to the nation of Israel as a covenant by God. We believe in restoration of the land of Israel. We believe that it's not a Jewish movement, but it's God's movement. And all those that want to be a part of that movement are invited to stand shoulder to shoulder with us. That the state of Israel today is the manifestation of biblical prophecy envisioned by the prophets given over to by God. Now that's a movement. That has nothing to do now with the theological differences between us. That's the meeting ground where Jews and non-Jews can stand together in a new movement of biblical return to Israel. That people live a Torah-inspired life. That we believe the Torah is not done away with. We don't like the word Old Testament. That doesn't seem right. God's ways are always His ways. Shabbat has always been Shabbat. It's in the Ten Commandments. It was never really shifted to Sunday according to His will. And so imagine that. There is a movement that can, theology aside, ideology though, we have the same ideology. And let's unite on that. And then when the theology comes into play, when Mashiach comes, it won't matter.
It won't matter.
One of us may be able to say, I told you so. Maybe. But maybe not. Maybe there is a way that both of us are right or both of us are wrong.
Yeah, we won't care when he
But
comes
what's so
by.
nice is that everyone here is following the truth that God has given us a truth, and we're all following the truth, and it could be that God is revealing truth to the Jewish people and other truths. That we should unite together, Jew, non-Jew, those that are discovering their true identities in these last days, to stand united with the people of Israel in the land of Israel, and that we should walk together in the courtyards of the temple in Yerushalayim. May this center broadcast this vision to the world, and may it pull like a magnet all of the souls that are meant to be pulled to Israel. May it be your will. Amen.